Hey friends, welcome back. And welcome back to another video. This one is a little bit different than what I normally do. We're gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna take you along for a sort of like week in the life sort of video. We will still be talking about books. We will still be talking about the things we normally talk about, but it'll be a little bit of a different focus in the sense that I'll show a closer look at like what my day-to-day schedule looks like for content creation for YouTube, for Instagram, for TikTok, but also I am a neurotrauma ICU nurse, and that takes up a lot of time too. So hi, welcome. So excited to have you here. Today is Tuesday, and it just so happens that we are in the car at a bookstore. So that's where we're starting today. I'm stopping at Tamara bookstore, one of my favorite indie bookstores here in Indianapolis. I'm a member there, so I get 40% off last month's best sellers, and I just know that Bury Our Bones in Midnight Soil will be on that list. So I plan on picking that up and whatever else I feel like. Then unfortunately we do have to go grocery shopping, and the worst news of the whole entire day is that I forgot my headphones at home. I truly don't know how I'm gonna make it through grocery shopping without having some music on or an audiobook playing. It's going to be rough, and we're gonna have to get through it together. But that being said, welcome to the video. I'm very excited to do this. Let's go into the bookstore. Okay, we really did some damage in there. I, like we already previously discussed, knew that I would be getting Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. This is a signed edition, which is super fun. I think actually her full first run of prints for this book all were pre-assigned. Pre-assigned? Like a college assignment? They were all pre-signed. So we knew that baby was coming home with me. And then I am currently going to be starting the Bloodsworn Saga by John Gwynne, and the only one I don't have is the third one, Fury of the Gods. So they had it, and so like why wouldn't I buy it? It's weird though. It's like creamy feeling, and the other ones are more like rough in texture. So I don't really know why that is, but I'm assuming that all of the copies are going to feel like that, so I bought it anyway. This book I'm actually really excited about. My friend Ratina brought it to my attention. I have seen this cover in the past before, but I don't know, the way that they talked about it just really made me even more intrigued. It is The Tatami Galaxy by Tomoko Moremi. I love this cover so much. It is from one of Japan's most popular authors. It's an unfulfilled college student who hurdles through 4 parallel realities to explore the what might have been and what should never be. I don't know. I think it sounds really fun, and I think that I'm getting more and more into sci-fi recently, which is very exciting for me. And then all of these new releases, I honestly just didn't know that they were already out, even though I already did my like summer release radar series. Like I knew that these books were coming out, but I don't pay attention to what day it is currently. Time is fake. But I did get The Bewitching by Silvia Moreno Garcia. It is like a multi-generational witchy story, and she does gothic horror really well. Then A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping by Sangu Madonna is finally out. This is so exciting. It's been pushed back forever, and it's finally in my hands, and I can't even handle it. I'm so excited. The last one I got was Of Monsters and Mainframes by Barbara Truelove. Another recommendation, I want to say Ratina told me about it too, but I think also the couple other people in my Patreon mentioned it to me, and honestly, I read the first page. It is very reminiscent of the vibes of Illuminae in some ways, and I don't know how accurate that is, but what I mean is that how I felt about the first page is similar to how I felt about Illuminae. And I love that book. So, I don't know, this is a little delightful, unhinged, and obscenely compelling sci-fi romp of a story. It has, like, vampires, spider drones, Dracula, a pharaoh. Like, apparently it's a little bit, like, crazy and out there, and I am excited about it. I also just love the cover as well. Some of these I was just excited to see, like the Tatami Galaxy and Of Monsters of Mainframe. Like, I just haven't seen them in the wild before, and that was fun. That is quite the stack. I did also stop at the wine store right next to the bookstore and got a couple of wines for tonight. We are parked at the grocery store, and we have to go brave that situation right now, unfortunately. That car's leaving. They probably just watched me talk this whole time. Okay, But that being said, this morning, in case you didn't know, I spent a couple hours editing reels and short form content. So I have 2 edited, ready to go, spent some time working, doing that, finished reading the last book for my Summerween reading vlog, Killers of a Certain Age. So that was done, filmed the ending of that video, and then got in the car to do all of this stuff. Start this video, as well as, buy these books. Bummer. Now the plan is to get groceries, go home, and start reading sprints with my Patreon, because that starts in about an hour. So this will be a very quick run in. But before we get home, I am going to stop and get some coffee for me and Caleb as well. Caleb is in the backyard building bookshelves, like built-in bookshelves for a client, and I think that he deserves a little sweet treat. And so do I, because I always do. But when I get home, I want to sort of take a second and look at my bullet journal and plan what books I need to be reading for certain videos, and then that will help me determine what I will actually pick up next to read today. I need to know if I need to start the themed TBR for one of my reading vlogs, which is reading books that I almost unhauled. I have 4 books that I want to read for that video. I could just do 2 books, but I don't know. I just want to read all 4 of these, to be honest. So I think I might start a book for that video that's coming out, I think, the last Sunday of this month. But in order to actually get that video done in time, it might be a good idea to start reading one of the books now. If not, then I might mood read a book, and we will see what happens. But yes, groceries, coffee, bullet journal, sprints, reading, maybe writing, because on top of booktube and being a nurse, I also am trying to be a writer. No, Sydney, you are a writer. Okay, enough people have seen me talking to a camera now, so let's go inside and be weird in there.
Nothing could ever break me. Now I'm falling down. Thought I'd have it figured out by now, but I'm not fine. Pushing 30, should do it with grace, but I'm not okay. Still the world keeps turning.
Hi, we made it back home. I'm currently doing sprints. Yes, my laptop does get sat on a table on top of a table in my living room. Unless I'm hosting in my library, then it looks a little bit different. But this is just where I sometimes like to hang out. So that's the setup that needs to happen if I want to be in here. Typically during sprints, I do try to let myself take a break from work and just read. But right now, like previously mentioned, I don't know what I'm going to be reading right now. So what I've been doing for this first sprint, this first like 40 minutes or so, I uploaded all of my footage from my Summerween vlog, airdropped all my B-roll that I had on my phone from the past week, and put that in the folder on my external hard drive ready to edit, as well as just uploaded the footage that we have had so far today from this video, just so that now everything is up to date on my external hard drive. And after talking with my patrons, I think I'm going to actually push the reading vlog that is like reading my last chance books, the books I almost unhauled. I think I'm going to push that reading vlog to August, because all of the books that I put on my TBR, which is over there underneath those 3 photos, all of those books are technically for July and August and a little bit of September. And right now I'm in the mood to read a couple of the other books that I've recently got. For whatever reason, this book called Flashlight is really just calling to me. So I feel like I want to read that, and I think I might, which is a crazy thing because I don't typically mood read outside of my like TBRs for videos, which, I also started Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid like 2 weeks ago. I think I'm gonna read Atmosphere and Flashlight right now. Wow, that's actually really exciting. A physical book and a book on my Kobo sounds great. I think that's what I'll be doing. This one, Flashlight by Susan Choi. I mean, it was on my anticipated release list, but for whatever reason, it's just calling to me right now. So I think that's what I might pick up, that and Atmosphere. So I guess this video also could be like a mood reading vlog, which is fun because I don't typically do that. Sometime later this evening, I will probably start editing my Summerween vlog. That vlog, I wasn't even planning on doing this year. I don't know why I wasn't even considering it, but I ended up filming a vlog for Summerween. So that video, I wasn't planning on having for content this month, but now I do. So I'm going to spend some time editing that this evening because I want to also film a sit-down video maybe tomorrow or Thursday so that I can have 2 videos this week and then also an exclusive video for my Patreon, because tomorrow I'm planning on stopping at a Half Price Books and filming a like exclusive book shopping vlog for them, which if you do want extra content and you want to hang out a little bit more, I do have a book club over in my Patreon. It's called The Greenhouse. We would love to have you. It's super cute, but all of those things are on the docket too. So this is a very busy week. 2 public videos, 1 exclusive video, and many short form contents are planned weekend, and it's a lot to do on top of my nursing job. So, you know, that will be thrown in the mix as well. For the last 10 minutes of this reading sprint, I think I'm just going to write down physically what my plan is roughly for the next week in terms of videos, tasks, things I have to plan to film the videos, when I want to have things done and edited by. And then during the next sprint, I think I will pick up maybe atmosphere. So that's fun. I just logged off reading sprints. We ended up going for like 4 hours or so. I didn't get to read during the first sprint. I did do some like housekeeping things with my literal house, but also within my reading journal, just trying to make sure that I know what's going on, what I need to be doing. Juno is here. She is ready for her fancy feast and is making sure that I know that she's ready. I did pick up Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I was 9% of the way through, and I did reread a little bit of the 9% because it's been like a week and a half since I picked it up, but I am now on 16%, hot dog. So I'm back in it. I'm ready to just continue reading it, and I'm really happy about my choice. And I am really excited to read Flashlight as well. So I feel good about my reading decisions, especially for this video. I mean, I will tell you thoughts as we go on, but this video is predominantly going to be, again, week in the life, more like a how the content is created, what my days actually look like sort of vibe. But we all know we're here for books mostly. So Atmosphere is about one of the first women who are able to go up in space with NASA. It's a fiction story, but I don't know, maybe it has some real things tied to it. I have no idea. Maybe I should look into it. But our main character is Joan, and we're just following her story. We're just following her story as she is right now still in the like trial, the tests of whether she's going to be accepted into the squad or not. And I like Taylor Jenkins Reid's writing. I have heard nothing but great things about this one. I've seen nothing but tears about this one. So you might see some from me for sure because I am a baby and I do love to cry. So yeah, I'm excited to be reading that. What's on the docket for the rest of today is going to just entail the evening routine, typically. We'll walk Avi, we'll feed the cats, we'll shower and get cozy and then make dinner together. Caleb and I always cook dinner together. We'll pour some wine and then just use it as a time to hang out and catch up while we cook dinner for each other. And it's one of my favorite things about us, honestly. Like, I love us a lot, but I love that we just share the responsibility that is cooking dinner. Sometimes we'll throw on a vinyl while we're cooking, and we just kind of make it like a thing, and it's fun, and it's cute. I will most likely, after we eat dinner, play some Call of Duty. And then I will read a few more pages, as much as I can, before I fall asleep in bed. And we'll talk about tomorrow's schedule tomorrow. And for now, we will commence the evening routine. Hello, good morning. Coming to you live from a very ragged state. Listen, I know, I'm aware. I will be working out in the showering today, so, you know, it can only go up from here. But happy Wednesday. Every single morning, I will come downstairs, grab a cup of coffee, sit on the couch, and consult my handy dandy bullet journal and see what is on the docket for the day. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sit here, drink at least one cup of coffee, look at my schedule, see what I have to get done today or what I have to get done soon, so that if I have to get something done soon, I can start it today, and just try to be as organized as possible. Because that's what's hard about content creation, is that once one thing gets finished, there's like a 5-second period of like being happy that it's finished, and then that ends and it swiftly is replaced with, okay, what's next? It's very cyclical, and it's not that it's a bad thing, but it is a very all-consuming and tiring thing sometimes, because at the rate that we consume content, you know, we're scrolling, and each video that you scroll through probably took that person, some of them are very quick, but other ones, like some of the reels that Caleb and I have been making recently, like they take a couple hours. Honestly, to conceptualize, film, edit, all of the stuff, and to being in a position where I am making content on multiple platforms, it just takes a lot of organization. So that's what I use my mornings for, is to sit down and think about what I need to do and then what I want to do, and try to make a happy balance between the two of them. I'll see you on the other side of at least one coffee.
Pushing 30, should do it with grace, but I'm not okay. Still the world keeps turning. I need a break. I can't escape myself. This roller coaster of emotions, and the person I'm becoming. Still learning.
Hello, at the Promised Land, which is Half Price Books. I have 2 absolutely massive bags that we are going to go in, see what I can get for, and then also see what I can get. You know what I'm saying? So far today, this morning, I got together all of the romance books that I want to talk about in my top 10 favorite romances of all time video, because I recently did my top 12 favorite fantasy standalone books, and I think it might be fun to sort of make my way through the genres and just sort of take note of my favorite things right now and then see how it grows or changes in the future. And I also just think that those videos are really useful because if I like the vibe of someone or if we share specific interests in books, then it is a higher probability that I mayhaps will enjoy a different favorite of theirs in a different genre. So I don't know, I think it could be fun. That's what I've decided, and I got all those books together. I did work out, I did shower, my hair's still a little bit wet. It is what it is. This is what I'm working with. I don't like to blow dry my hair. It takes so long. I have so much hair. I don't know if it looks like I do, but I have literally so much hair. So I just put some hydrating curl cream and I'm just gonna let it be. But while I'm inside, I will be filming. I don't know how much I'll be filming because I've never done a come book shopping with me video, but I am filming an exclusive video for my Patreon with this process of going to Half Price Books, selling, and then also seeing what I can purchase. We're going in. This is a hot spot. There's a lot of people around me. I gotta stop, and we're gonna go inside. We have made it home from our excursions of the day. I planned to be home a long time ago. This is what my lifestyle is like. This is part of it, being flexible, changing plans as we go. What I had planned for was to go to Half Price Books, film that exclusive video for my Patreon, and then come home and film that romance video. I decided to extend the exclusive video to be the entire day. So we went to Half Price Books together, we went clothes shopping together, and we did a haul at the very end. We also, because the books that I was looking for at Half Price Books were not there, we did also go to Barnes & Noble. Yes, we did. Only 2 of these are from Barnes & Noble. Don't panic. But the rest are from Half Price Books. So we did a good job today, and that video will be fun. I will put this stack of books with a stack of books that I got yesterday from my local independent bookstore together for a book haul soon for the public, but that's gonna be a fun video. I'm excited to put that out to my book club. So I am home now. I did give Avi her evening walk, and it is 6 p.m. Just like that. So realistically, today, I could still film the top 10 romance books video, but I think I'm going to actually push that video to next week and have an extra upload next week instead, since I am already uploading the Patreon exclusive this Saturday, and then I still need to edit the Summerween vlog for this Sunday. I was going to have another video on Friday, so an upload on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But I work at the hospital on Friday, so I don't have time that morning to finish that video for that day if I wanted to have it uploaded. And that would mean that I would have to bust my butt tonight and all day tomorrow to edit all 3 videos, which I could do, but I'm trying to have just a better work-life balance. And the goal of having 3 uploads this weekend doesn't necessarily matter. One of those videos I can push to next week. I can even upload hold on. Caleb's calling me. Okay, where were we? I think we were talking about content plans and how we're moving some things around, right? The idea to have a 3rd video this week was just something that came to me earlier this week. It doesn't have to happen, especially since I made the exclusive video even longer. I want to have enough time to edit it adequately on top of my public Summerween vlog for Sunday. So I'm going to, again, we've already discussed, but I'm going to push that romance video to next week. But yeah, it was a good day of taking in a bunch of unhaul books, selling them, get some store credit, and I got some books that have been on my radar for a while, so it's exciting. I will be filming a book haul at some point soon because there has been quite a few that I've acquired. So now, at the end of this day, day 2, we definitely took some detours today, but they're good detours. I'm more excited about the exclusive video that's going out. And for the remainder of today, obviously we're going to be cooking and eating dinner. And after that, I will probably edit some of the Summerween vlog before cozying up in bed and reading a little bit more of Atmosphere, which I am up to 20% on, which is very fun. I'm enjoying it a lot, and I'm very happy about my decision to read it. I think it's going to be phenomenal. So day 2, almost over. I'll probably check in again tomorrow morning. Tomorrow will be a heavy editing day, so I do want to make sure that I have some time tonight to relax and maybe play some Call of Duty and also read a little bit before bed. So I will see you tomorrow morning for day 3.
It's been years and it still kills me. Your dynamite so fucking pretty. Hold on, darling, don't let me down.
Hello, good morning. Today is going to be a lot of sitting. That means I'm going to be editing pretty much all day. I want to get the rough edit at the very least done of my Summerween vlog. I know that on Saturday I will have time to do some like color grading and other things like that if I need it. But I do also want to get at least the rough edit, if not the whole thing, done for the exclusive video that I filmed all day yesterday. You might be wondering, why are we in the bathroom? Because I thought that I looked silly sitting on the couch again. And plus, the way the lighting was hitting my braids, I didn't like how I looked. So we're in the bathroom. I'm further away from the camera, so I feel like I just look a little bit nicer. Does that ever happen to you? Where I need to put more space between me and the camera, and then I feel like I look okay. Maybe this is stupid. It might be stupid. But regardless, I am on my second cup of coffee and starting to edit the Summerween vlog. So that's what I'll be doing for the next few hours at least. I worked out yesterday and I work tomorrow, so I'm not going to force myself to work out, but if I am like crawling out of my skin and need something to do with my body, then I will work out. But honestly, editing days sometimes turn into a wormhole because 80% of the time you just don't even realize how much time is passing. I'll blink and then it's 5 p.m. and Caleb's on his way home from work and I suddenly have only been sitting and editing all day. So I'm fully expecting something like that, but we will see how the day goes. I probably won't have to check in a whole lot because I literally will be editing all day. So let's get to it. Do you see what I mean? Don't my braids look weird? Do they not? It is now 1:45 and I just finished the rough edit of my Summerween vlog. Man, I'm so tired. I just cracked open an Alani and am going to take a little break from editing just for like a half hour. Maybe 45 minutes. I'm going to play a couple games of Call of Duty and just kind of take a mental break. And then I will go right back and do the rough edit of my exclusive video for Patreon. But wanted to check in and say that I've been working. And I forgot to film lunch, but I just made this like egg on corn tortilla little thing that Caleb has been really into. It was really good. I made that and also a little like almond butter and granola wrap up for a snack. Forgot to film, forgot I was vlogging for a minute. I was just hungry and started doing my normal routine. But yeah, going to take a small break, a much deserved break, because sometimes the rough edit can be grating to hear you try to figure out how to say something. But I am happy that that is done because even if I don't touch that video again until Saturday, I know that I could finish it really quickly. The rough edit takes the majority of the time. There are a lot of like graphics and things that I do want to make for it. So actually that might be a little bit more time than I was previously thinking. But regardless, the tedious part of the rough edit is done and I feel good about that. So I'm going to play a few games and then get right back to it. And just like that, it's 5 p.m. I'm happy to know. I hope you're happy to know too. I actually finished editing that exclusive video in its entirety. It's uploading right now. I just have to make a thumbnail later, which is the easy part. Sometimes. Honestly, sometimes thumbnails are so hard, but I'm super pleasantly surprised about that. I honestly didn't know if I was going to be able to get all that done today. So Caleb is on his way home right now. I am going to take Avi for her evening walk, clean up the kitchen, do some dishes, and start getting dinner ready. While doing all of that, I will be listening to the third Dungeon Crawler Carl book. I started it yesterday. It's so fun. Since I finished the second one last month, I just honestly haven't stopped thinking about all of the characters, and it's just really addicting. I just need to see where it goes. It's just such a fun audiobook experience too. Many different narrators and just the story, the plot line is just so entertaining. So I did start that yesterday. I don't know how far I am, but I've been listening to it yesterday and today. So while I walk Avi and clean the kitchen, I will be listening to the Dungeon Anarchist's Cookbook, which is book 3 in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. In terms of content creation for the purpose of this video, I think the last thing I'll do for work is make a thumbnail later, just so that then I can schedule the video to be live for my Patreon members probably Saturday morning. And then the goal is to get up to bed a little bit earlier tonight and read Atmosphere before bed, because I do work tomorrow at the hospital, so I do have to be up super early for that. But I am happy with my progress for today. The last thing that I wanted to do that isn't done is reading a little bit more of Atmosphere and maybe writing a couple hundred words. Wishful thinking. It's very hard to get everything done that you want to get done. And if I didn't play video games earlier, I probably could have written instead, but I needed a brain off activity. And even though, video games does require a lot of attention and focus, it is very much a no thinking thing for me. So, I did choose to do that. And that is at the detriment of my writing progress, which is what it is. I can't be upset about it because I am happy. I feel good about taking that break. So, it's a give and take, but otherwise I will see you tomorrow. I won't be vlogging during the day because it's obviously I'm at work. I have ICU patients. I will not be sharing information of anything because that's illegal. But if I do get a break, I'll check in, maybe. I don't know. At the very least, I'll come back on Saturday and we can chat about it a little bit. But yeah, I'll see you then.
Drown out the sound. I wish I knew what you were thinking about. Is this thing in my head delusional till I die, babe? At least we stand a chance then, right? It's been years and it still kills me. Your dynamite so fucking pretty. Oh.
Hello, happy Saturday. Yesterday was not a good day at work. No, it wasn't. Just one of those shifts where when I got home, I didn't feel like I did anything worthwhile. There are days that I have as a nurse that I am on my feet. I'm often on my feet the whole shift. But there are some days where I come home and I feel proud. I feel good about all of the work that I did. I feel good about the difference and impact that I made during my shift because my patient was very sick and they have so many drip medications going and I'm responsible of titrating all the medications, making sure their blood pressure, their oxygen, their everything, their heart rate, everything is where it needs to be. And often those days are very difficult. They are very mentally taxing, but I love those days. Those days are the most rewarding because at the end of the shift, you look back and it's wow, I did so much today. I feel good about the work that I did. I made a difference. That sort of thing. And then there are days like yesterday where it's mentally taxing, but in an emotional way, but not in a sad way. My unit is a very sad unit. We are neurotrauma ICU, so we do have a lot of donor patients. A lot of patients don't make it because a lot of people are very critically ill and they have injuries that they can't necessarily come back from. Now, we do have really great stories and people do come back after recovering from their injury and, there are happy times as well, but neuro ICU is predominantly known for being difficult and a little bit sad. But for whatever reason, I really like neuro. I do. I've always been interested in the brain. I've always really loved the complexity of a neuro patient and how it doesn't always entirely make sense sometimes because the brain is different for every single person. There are structured things that, typically are the exact same and we know these things because of science, but sometimes there are two people with the same injury and they present differently. And I think that it's very interesting. Keeps you on your toes, so to say. But yeah, yesterday was just not necessarily a good shift. It was mentally and emotionally taxing, but not in the I feel like I made a difference way. It was in my patient was so difficult and yelling all day, calling me names, and just, not neurologically completely there. So like, was it their fault? I mean, like, no. So we learned to have a thick skin on my unit. We learned to not take things personally. But by the end of the day, I'm done. I'm done being yelled at. I'm done trying to take care of someone who doesn't want help. So it was one of those days yesterday. They're not all the time, but when they do happen, they are extremely difficult for me to bounce back very fast sometimes, So now it is Saturday. I'm back in my happy place. This morning I did some journaling. I set up my day and kind of took note of just, the things I need to get done today. It is Saturday, but honestly, weekends don't entirely matter because my shift is so up in the air all the time. So a weekend is nice because that means Caleb is home, and that actually he just got home. He was out grabbing some supplies for his client's job that he's doing. So he's going to do a couple hours of work today on Saturday as well, which is good because what's on my docket is finishing the Summerween vlog for tomorrow. I made the thumbnail for the exclusive video for my Patreon, and that is up. That is live. They are watching it, enjoying it, which is very exciting. But I just have to finish doing color grading and adding music and, doing the finishing touches on the Summerween vlog. So that's what I'm sitting down to do. I'm going to grab either a coffee or an Alani. I don't know. I think I might make a dirty chai, to be honest. That sounds the tastiest. Also, by the way, Caleb did make me homemade chickpea tikka masala with homemade naan last night, which was so good. And we have some leftovers, so that's probably what I'll eat for lunch. That and coffee and editing. And then I will come back later and update you then. Hello.
Hello.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Call me out, tiger. Call me out, why don't you love? Lift me up higher, above the clouds, won't you love? When the scenery is right, go right in. I wanna fall deep within. Don't leave me hanging just 'cause I'm too proud. Whisper away my outdated doubts. Somebody do.
Hello, happy Sunday. On the weekends that I don't work, because at the hospital I do work every third weekend, so the ones that I'm not at the hospital, I do try to prioritize being present and finishing work that I have to get done, but then also maintaining a healthy level of play time. For example, yesterday Caleb and I drove to get our favorite pizza, came back and had a movie night, which I genuinely couldn't tell you the last time that we did that. It's been months since we had a pizza and movie night, which I love doing. The movie we watched could have been better. It was Mickey 17. We both were really excited about it, and we both thought that the general consensus around it was that it was so good. I liked it. I liked the conversations that were being brought forward for that movie, but all in all, we were both pretty bored while watching it, unfortunately. It just felt like there were a lot of things brought into the plot that either didn't have a point or weren't resolved and just didn't do anything for the main storyline. But regardless, we had a good time. We had a gin and tonic, we had some pizza, and we watched a movie, and then we just kind of hung out. And it was nice to decompress, because for whatever reason, it feels like my anxiety is a little bit higher than it normally is. I don't really know why. That's also why I haven't been forcing myself to vlog, but that's just another reason for me to sort of have a healthy work-life balance, especially for this weekend. So right now, it is about 3 p.m. This morning, I did all of the work that I absolutely had to do. Caleb and I had a workout together. We did leg day, so I'm very tired. I showered, I obviously washed my hair, and since it was leg day, it is very often that I am so tired afterwards, so I did make a little 3 p.m. coffee. We did a little brown sugar cinnamon latte. I was harnessing my fall energy. I'm so excited for fall. I cannot wait for it to be chilly again. But I'm drinking this and I'm about to pick up Atmosphere. I got 41% in last night, and I'm hoping to get much, much further for the remainder of the day because I am doing reading sprints with my Patreon right now, the classic setup. So that's just a great excuse for me to sit down and read in these rainy day. And I think that is really all that I'm going to do for the rest of the day. So again, week in the life. I'm doing laundry. I cleaned the kitchen. I am doing reading sprints. I did my final work this morning of getting the thumbnail ready for Summerween. That video was live. I scheduled these sprints. I did some work on Patreon, and tomorrow we'll sort of reset and talk about what's happening for the next week up ahead. It feels like a week in the life for me is just like chaos and like small repetitive to-do lists, and I am sitting here wondering if watching this back and editing this will give me some more thoughts of how to like structure my days and weeks better. Because I get everything done that I need to get done, but I'm wondering if I could do it in a better way. I think what's hard is the fact that I don't have a set schedule at the hospital, so it's very hard for me to get into a flow with either job. Because as soon as I catch a flow with content creation or writing or anything creative, if I have like 3 or 4 days off, then I have to reset and go into the hospital and then change entirely how my brain is functioning. And then coming back home from a like medical ICU critical thinking type brain, going back into a more like creative and flowy brain, it is a little bit difficult sometimes. Like I do value the fact that I am able and can do both jobs. I'm really thankful for it, but it does make it a little bit more difficult to do one or the other to its fullest extent. You know what I mean? So yeah. Here we are, Sunday. I'm gonna take the rest of the day to read a lot. Caleb is working in the garage. He is staining the bookshelves he made for his client, and they are absolutely stunning. So I will be here, drinking coffee, reading. What a time to be alive.
I'm not that old yet, I'm far too young to not stand my ground. But my ways are mine and I don't wanna change, not even for love.
Hi, good morning. Sitting down on this floor was really difficult. Yesterday, Caleb and I did leg day, and it was a good one. Welcome to Monday, start of a new week. By now, I think that you can tell that every single morning that I'm not at the hospital, I will spend with my reading journal, sort of taking note of what I need to get done for the day, things that I would like to get done for the day, as well as trying to take some time to like sprinkle in some hobbies every now and then. Like if I want to play a couple games of Call of Duty, I'm gonna do that. But I also am trying to practice discipline as well. And it's sort of like a reward-based system, right? Like for example, I know that I need to batch film some short form content today. If not today, then tomorrow, but hi, Sammy. But I should do it today because there's no reason that I can't do it today, other than my willpower. I also need to sit down and write for at least 500 words. I think that that is a very attainable goal. And playing a couple games of Call of Duty can be the like carrot at the end of, not the end of the tunnel, that's two different analogies. Playing games can be like the carrot at the end of the stick and I'm the horse trying to get to it. You know what I'm saying? Or playing games can be the light at the end of the tunnel. But I enjoy being in the tunnel. I do. I do love writing and I do love reading and I do like creating content. But I also am so close to unlocking diamond skins for some of my weapons in the game. So like I'm just really close and I just really am a little bit obsessive over it and I just want to keep playing. But it's all give and take. So I need to focus, have some discipline, and treat it like a work day because this is a job in and of itself, you know? That is something that this vlog has kind of helped me notice that maybe, oh, there's a mosquito in here, hold on. I got him. Not on my watch. Anyways, one thing that I think filming this vlog has helped me notice is that I know in my brain that YouTube is my job. Like I do make money from it. I am very grateful for that. I'm very grateful to have it as a job, but I also sort of see it as a hobby still because reading is not a job to me. So it is a very weird thing to make money from a hobby and it still be a hobby because it is a job inherently. But like sitting down, reading, you know, I have these books that I'm currently reading right now, Atmosphere and Dungeon Anarchist Cookbook. I am loving them. How does that work? Like, that's so cool. So the fact that I do feel that way about reading still, one, super happy about that. That's always been my biggest thing is that I don't want reading to feel like a job. And I've done pretty well. It's fluxed and flowed throughout the years, but like I have now, I think, created a good, hello. I have created a good like balance of reading for content and reading for pleasure. Avi, I don't remember what I was saying. You little sweetheart, she's shaking, probably because there's a fly in the house. If you know anything about my sweet daughter, Avi, it's that she's terrified of flies. If you didn't know that, welcome to the lore. So now on the to-do list is to hunt down and vanquish this enemy that has entered our home. I will protect you, Avi. Don't you worry. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, now that I've forgotten the trajectory of the previous thought that I had, is that I think sometimes it's hard for me to structure my days off from the hospital because reading is a hobby, but I use reading for work. And it's hard for me to structure things to the point of like being so productive that I know I need to film content. I know I need to do X, Y, and Z, but I also just want to sit down and read, or I just some days don't want to be in front of the camera. But in order to have content, you need to be in front of the camera, which then does take time away from reading, which then does make it more of a job. So there is a really huge, delicate balance between content creation, especially for books. Like, in order to have content, we have to read books. Reading books takes a lot of time. Creating content takes a lot of time. Like, why couldn't we all find a niche that requires so minimal effort? I don't know. But I say all that because this morning I looked at my schedule and I was like, oh my God, I have today and tomorrow like completely free. I don't necessarily have anything written down previously of like what I have to do. And I was like, cool, let's just like read and game for these 2 whole days before I work on Wednesday, Thursday. But then the logical part of my brain kicked on and it was like, no, you really do have to work. Like, you have content to make, you have to edit. They're not free days, you know? And that's a rude awakening sometimes. But again, like that's the nature of content creation. It's like, it is a free form way to make money. You get as much as you put into it. And so we do have to fill our cups today. We do need to film some stuff, which is fine, which is good. We will do it. But I do only have like 2 hours left of atmosphere. It's what it says on my Kobo, at least. I'm at 67%. I am so scared. I'm so scared to finish it. I just feel the emotions building. I feel the dread pooling in my stomach. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but Taylor Jenkins Reid just writes characters so well. Like, she has such a phenomenal grasp on how to write dialogue and narrative. This is one of the best books I've read in a long time, I think. And then the Dungeon Anarchist Cookbook. This is book 3 in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. So far this week, since I've started this video, I have read over 200 pages of it and, 67% of that book. So it's actually sort of like a slow reading week. Sort of, but I'm having a grand old time. And this is my favorite Carl book so far. It's really, really solid. And I'm excited to continue because I think it's just going to keep getting more and more exciting. So my plan, I need to finish Atmosphere today. So if you see random tears later, that's why. But before I'm going to allow myself to like sit and read, I am going to eat a late breakfast. It's 11:42, so basically eat lunch. While I'm eating lunch, I'll probably plan what short form content I want to make today, and then either make the content and then write, or write and then make the content. Knowing me, I'll probably hyperfixate on the content first. So I'll do that. After my little writing sprint, I'll probably take Avi out on a little W, or maybe Caleb will be home by then too, and he can come on the walk as well, because I think he has a shorter day at work today. Oh my God, I actually need to leave the house today. I just realized. We are completely out of eggs and olive oil. I need to just run into town and grab a couple small groceries. That means I can grab a coffee though, which is exciting. So, new game plan. We are going to make some food. Still maybe make a couple of the reels before we head out, get groceries, then come back, take Avi on a walk, and then sit down to write. And then after I write, I can read and game. That makes the most sense. And yes, I did forget about groceries until just now. So that's fine. That makes most sense. That's what we'll do. Okay, ready? Ready, go. I just filmed so many reels. It's hot up here. I mean, like, I filmed at least 5, upwards of 7. So I think that's pretty good. It's 1:30. Caleb actually called me about an hour ago. His job did finish up really early today. So he was offering to pick up the groceries that we needed, which is great. Oh my God, I didn't make a coffee. The espresso machine is on. It's been heating up for like an hour. Oh my God. Okay, this is genuinely so accurate for a weekday in the life, because listen, anytime I turn on the espresso machine, I have to put Caleb just got home and it scared the fuck out of me. Anytime I turn on the espresso machine, oh my God, I can't even talk. Anytime I turn on the espresso machine, I have to put a reminder on my phone for 20 minutes to remind me to go make the coffee. Otherwise, this will happen. And now I'm sweating because that scared me. But okay, Caleb's home with the groceries. I'm done filming reels. I feel like that was a good power hour. I did a lot of work. Oh my God, anxiety. Okay, I'm gonna go make a coffee, which won't help my anxiety, but it will help my mental space. So let's go caffeinate. Hello, good morning. Don't look at my mess. Mind your own business. Ignore it. Also ignore the absolute breakdown that I just had over Atmosphere. I finished the book as seen by my tears. I knew it was gonna hurt, and it really did. I think it's a 5-star read. I think Atmosphere is 5 stars. The multiple point of views, the multiple timelines that we're following of these women going up into space, being in NASA, being allowed in NASA for the first time since they're women. Man, just heartbreaking. The romance was incredible. I'm sad that I only bought it on my Kobo. I wish that I had a physical copy for it. I might get a physical copy so that then I can physically hold it and pull my annotations over from my Kobo onto a physical copy. I don't know, I might do that. It was really good. It was really, really, really good. Taylor Jenkins Reid just knows what she's doing. She's a great writer. Other than Atmosphere, I also have been reading Dungeon Anarchist's Cookbook. I'm up to page 280, which is great. A little over halfway now, I think. But hi, welcome to Tuesday. Normally I would work out, but I'm still very sore from the previous days of working out, and I work the next 2 days. So I like to take it easy the day before I have to be at the hospital, especially if it's more than one shift. So instead of working out this morning, I finished Atmosphere. I did the dishes. I cleaned up the kitchen again from cooking last night while listening to Dungeon Crawler Carl. The rest of the day, the name of the game is sort of low-key. I might edit some of the short form that I batch filmed yesterday. I think I'll try to write a little bit and probably start another book at some time today. I am going to be doing an exclusive video for my Patreon. Let me grab it. Wow, it's so hard to get up. Oof. I'm doing an exclusive spoiler-filled reading vlog for The Shadow of the Gods by John Gwynne because we're doing a read-along for the Bloodsworn Saga in my Patreon book club, and this is book 1. I am just so excited to be in this world. I think that John Gwynne is amazing. He's one of my favorite authors because he wrote one of my favorite series of all time, Faithful and the Fallen. The first book is Malice in that series, and it's just so good. So I can't wait to be back in a world by him. And if I don't start that today, I do want to start Flashlight by Susan Choi. It's hard sometimes. Sorry, my nose itches. Since the content I make is about books, I do have to read specific books for specific purposes. And it is sometimes hard to find a good balance between like reading for something and reading for pleasure. Like, I do want to read both of these books. Like, I really do want to read Shadow of the Gods. Absolutely. But the thing is even if I want to read Flashlight right now, in order to have the exclusive vlog out for Shadow of the Gods, like I promised, I should probably start that first. And that's not like a horrible thing. It's not a bad problem to have, but it is a little bit difficult sometimes to balance work reading with deadlines while also taking time to read random books that mean nothing to your schedule. Especially because this one's so long. It is actually very long, like 400 pages, 450 pages. That's a long book. Like, I don't know if it is smart of me to start this book now when I have a vlog deadline for this one, as well as, let me get up again. I should have gotten it the first time. But I have a vlog deadline for The Shadow of the Gods, and then I also have my book club pick for this month, oh my god, which is The Raven Scholar, and the book club live discussion will be like the second Sunday of August. So I definitely do have time to read this one, but this is again looming in the back of my mind. That's like, you have to make sure that you read this one before, I think, August 10th or something. Yeah, August 10th. Wow, look at me go. I've heard that this one is like pretty compulsively readable, and I think that I'm going to have a really good time with it. So like, I'm not like concerned that I will run out of time, but again, all of these are thick books, and it is just something that I have to make sure that I'm paying attention to, because schedules and timing of everything for videos, personal, book club, my other work, and all of my hobbies, like, these aren't small things, you know, everything does take time. So yeah, there's always a lot going on up here. So anyways, it is, oh my god, it's almost 1 p.m. That's so crazy. Where do the days go? I haven't eaten yet today. I had a protein shake, but I need to actually eat some food. So I'm going to have a snack, have another coffee. I just took a picture with Atmosphere that I will edit while I eat to post on Instagram, maybe move into editing some of the short form content. And then by then, I might do like an hour-long writing sprint and then get into one of these books that we just talked about. Kayla will probably be home by then and we will commence our evening routine. Maybe we'll grill out. Maybe we won't. I hope that this video edits well together because it does feel a little bit chaotic because that is how my weeks feel often. I hope that it makes sense. I hope that it gives you a little bit of insight into, I don't know, what this lifestyle is like. It is not all put together. Everything you see on social media, we know this, is very curated and cultivated to what we want to show. But very often the day-to-day life in this line of work is, for me personally, is very chaotic, and it is very much a go with the flow type of thing. You have a loose idea of all the things that you need to do. You have a loose idea of what your structured day is going to look like, but things can take longer than what you expect them to be. And of course, I don't factor into like my phone. Of course, we're scrolling sometimes and that takes longer than you want it to be as well. But yeah, let me know if you liked this type of video. I am happy to do more, especially if you want me to focus on something particular, talk deeper about certain topics. Leave comments down below and give me some feedback on this. I would love to do it again, but different if needed, or do it exactly the same way. I don't know. Chaotic weekly vlogs are always an option. But hi, welcome back. Just here closing out the video. I hope the day went well. Thank you so much for being here and hanging out with me for a little bit. If you are still here, then leave me the blue heart emoji down below in the comments. And while you're down there, please do subscribe and like the video. I always appreciate your support. And of course, be kind to one another and happy reading. I'll see you soon. Bye.